public service announcement just to remind and add further gasoline to the fire to remind everybody that it's temporary. How cruel. How cruel. I'll leave it at that.
Well, thank you. Let me go back here. Thank you, Judge Abbas. I was trying to pull this thing up I saw on the Department of State's website. Crazy thing. Haiti has been put on number 4 travel advisory. Usually, number 4 travel advisory is like, don't go there. U.S. citizens, don't go. This is really dangerous. Like the highest level of warning. And you will not believe that the Department of State has told U.S. citizens that, look, don't go to Haiti, but if you decide to go to Haiti, make sure that you leave your DNA at home before you go, so that when you go and you die, they can identify, your family members in the U.S. can identify your body. I have, I had the screenshot. I was trying to pull up the link. I couldn't pull it up. Can you believe that the U.S. government is telling people that, like, look, before you go, just leave your DNA or your either whatever it is, and then when you die, we can identify you. So you know that this place is so dangerous. And TPS, under law, they can designate places where there's danger, there's all these things that makes it unsafe for people to go back, so that you can have them here. And yet you're telling them, well, not our problem. You can go, go and...
There's two reasons for this, AK Poco, and we should have another podcast on this. First of all, the people that they are sending back, they don't consider to be of equal humanity. They're dehumanizing them. So any cruelty or any suffering is okay. They consider them animals. I'm serious. That's part of the problem. The other thing that we need to talk about in the future is what role the United States has played in destabilizing Haiti, what role the United States has played in destabilizing Syria, Mexico, Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador, Argentina, you name it. We have had, through our foreign policy, interfered with virtually every country in this hemisphere and elsewhere. We have a moral responsibility to make up for the horrors that we have sponsored throughout the world, and especially our own hemisphere, and especially Haiti, the 3 countries that are responsible for creating the destabilization in Haiti, first France, then Britain, and now the United States over the last century. All 3 countries have financially raped Haiti, have exploited the labor in Haiti, and have contributed to its destabilization. And we therefore consider ourselves innocent bystanders. The irony is people from Haiti are coming to the United States to seek safety, but the United States has played a huge role in making their country unsafe. This is the irony with many countries. People ask, they're coming to the United States to pursue the American dream. They have to get in line. They need to follow the law. Well, we need to spend a podcast explaining how we have violated the sovereignty of these nations' laws and created the humanitarian crisis that we see at the southern border and elsewhere. This is not an immigration issue, ladies and gentlemen. It's a humanitarian issue which the United States has spent decades violating, and we need to talk about that later on.
Well, there's just too
Microphone.
much. Yes, sorry. Yes, we should. There's just too much to unpack, and we have so little time. Let me see if we can have a question, at least just a couple of questions before we go. Somebody's still asking, Vincent on YouTube, is DV Lottery 2027 going to start? There's no registration date out yet still. Claudia, no, I'm sorry, there's yes, Claudia Tamimi on Facebook says Haiti has been at level 4 for many years. Yes, and which is why hopefully they would have kept them on TPS, but it has been ended. Let me see if there's somebody's asking, I need help with visa application. Yes, you can contact, contact us. Let's see if we have any substantive immigration courts question we can have Judge Papas answer. Crown the crown not until test corrupt government and political leaders, all of these countries' issues is not America. They refuse to take accountability and fight their crime and okay. All right. Yes, as usual, there's people have different views on all these things, so we won't get into those arguments. Somebody says, what if you have a green card? I saw a comment like this. What if you're out of status and you have a green card? What about that? Your question is not very complete. What about someone with pending asylum? I think this must have covered the time we're discussing the airport arrest. I'm not sure.
Remember, pending asylum doesn't give you legal status. You can be detained. It's not protection. Just remember that. Thank you.
Right. Awesome. Okay. Joshua,
was there anything else you wanted to add
before we hopped off?
I could pick many issues. The one area that's changed recently is the Board of Immigration of Appeals now allows for bond hearings. The judge to weigh in with their opinion on whether your proposed application for relief, maybe asylum, is speculative. At the bond stage, they're giving the judge the right to speculate on something that hasn't even been filed yet. If you were filing what's called a motion to reopen, there you're required to attach your application, supporting evidence to show that you have a real chance. But at a bond hearing, they're not supposed to do that. And until recently, judges couldn't speculate on your application, but now the board's given them a green light to deny bond based on what a judge perceives to be a speculative application, even before it's been filed. That's how much easier it is making it for judges to deny a bond in immigration court.
Thank you. Yes. I mean, this speculative. Thank you, Joshua. This speculative issue is a problem. And in addition to that, the processing times with USCIS are just